Welcome to Studio C, the listening room. I'm Michael Snyder-Barker.
Hey, and I'm Andy Schiller.
And today we have our special guest, Wolf Reuter.
Round of applause.
Yay. Round.
Okay. Wolf,
right.
Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you for
This is
having
episode
me.
44.
44.
My gosh.
Pair
So
of
this
fours.
has been a successful run.
Oh, yeah.
so
We're really
far.
having fun with it.
And we're already booked into March.
Who's watching it?
You are.
Okay.
Your friends in Germany, I think, are going to watch it.
Oh, I'll have to tell them.
You might have to tell them, yeah. But I believe I first met you either at an open mic or through David Roof. I don't remember exactly which, but I'm guessing an open mic situation.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, and I really, we spent a lot of time chit-chatting at the table and, you know, at the various open mics, and I've come to see your shows, you've come to see mine, and I'm just glad you could join us.
Yeah, my honor. My pleasure.
Well, tell us about, you know, the early beginnings of Wolf the musician.
Right. How did you get started with your music? What was the spark?
The Beatles.
The Beatles,
Well, yeah.
of
Of course, because, you know, I'm an old man. I'm pushing 75 now. And in 1962,
Mm-hmm.
Love Me Do came out.
Yeah.
So in Europe, we experienced the Beatles, or what you later called the British invasion,
Right.
about a year and a half before at Sullivan.
Right. Right.
So Americans never had this "She Loves You" moment
Right.
when you turn on the radio and you dum, "She loves you, yeah, yeah," and we were just going, "What's that?" And you know, in those days there were only 2-3 radio stations to
Right.
listen to.
Right.
And one of them in Europe was Radio Luxembourg, which was very popular.
Mm-hmm.
Came from Luxembourg, and after 7 p.m. it changed to the station in London, and then it was Radio Luxembourg 208, and we all listened to that channel, and they played all the English music.
Yeah.
And so the first time I heard the Beatles must have been in beginning of 63,
Mm.
and that was after their first album had come out.
Yeah.
And everyone was just, people can't understand today, but we were just so excited.
Yeah. I bet.
And all you ever wanted to do was make music like them, you
Right.
know, because you wanted to get girls. And I was 12 something. And my friends were 12, 13, and we
Yeah.
bought all the records, and
Of course.
we wanted to be like them.
Yeah.
Our parents didn't.
Right.
Now, I was about to ask if the older generation thought it was noise or
Yeah.
it was the most raucous, raw,
Yeah.
loud kind of music that there was at the time, wasn't
To
it?
my father, it was jungle music. and I don't want to say all the other words he used, and he was very disappointed, and we started growing our hair, and our teachers would say, you know, "Oh, we got some women in our class now," because we didn't have co-education.
Right.
We only had boys' schools and girls' schools, and now having a band meant meeting girls.
Right.
And then that developed, and just like in Liverpool, schools produced bands.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 bands. And where would they play? We didn't really have a cavern club, so the schools, the high schools, started inventing so-called dancings, which was evenings for dancings at a school where girls and boys could meet and listen to live music.
Yeah.
And being Germany, we had alcohol at
Right.
school. We had beer.
Right.
And
Wow.
so we were in good spirits. And this way, the bands got their chances to play live at different schools. Once a month, there was big competition.
Very nice.
And it was a scene like in Hamburg, where the Beatles had been. Dusseldorf, that was the town where I went to school, had a big scene, and British bands would come to play there. And we were competing, and my band, the Hostiles, spelled with a Y, of course, like
Of course.
birds, and to have a pun in there.
Right. Right. Good.
We weren't that good, but I was a front man, and I sang, and we started off with like A House of the Rising Sun, Hang On
Right.
Sloopy,
Oh yeah.
or Rolling Stones, Play With Fire, 3/4
Right.
chords, all the easy stuff. And, well, we had a certain following, but there were other guys who were good that we went to see. And we were just one family of musicians, like here in Ann Arbor.
Yeah.
Some were terrible, some were excellent, but we were all one family.
Right. No,
And,
no real major competition, just collegial
Yeah,
relationships.
yeah, we were envious when others had good gigs, and
yeah.
we felt insecure when you opened up for another band that had more fans and all
Right,
that.
right.
And so from my school came the band Kraftwerk. I don't know if you've heard of them.
From your school?
Yeah, we were classmates.
Oh man.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
and-
love their music.
yeah, and they were very influential, right, in
Yeah.
technology.
Yeah.
And one guy who was, another band was the Beethovens, which were a good group, and their drummer was Wolfgang Flür, who later joined Kraftwerk,
Okay.
and so on. And we had another band, the Spirits of Sound, and their guitarist, Michael Reuter, I don't know if Rob Johnson would know them, Neu and other bands, he joined Kraftwerk too.
I see.
And some of our guys made it big crowds, big millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Deutschmarks then.
Right.
Right.
And so that's the scene in which I grew up. And I was in 3-4 different bands until I was finished high school.
Yeah.
And my parents wouldn't let me become a musician.
Ah.
And because my father wanted me to get a doctor's degree, because he had one.
Mm.
And it didn't work out. I wanted to be a graphic artist. I want to be an artist in any way, but my parents didn't let me, and so I became a teacher.
Which is a great profession.
I hated it. I always hated it
Ah.
because I didn't like being with teachers
Oh,
because they know everything better.
I see.
They're so patronizing.
Yeah.
And I loved being with kids.
Yeah.
And I formed a band at school when I started being a teacher
Oh.
with students.
Oh, nice.
And one of the guys made it really nice and big now. And so I initiated certain of these things, and we organized musicals.
You sparked
and-
his career.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. I'm proud of that. And I wrote a musical that was played at my school, and so music followed me. It was never...
Well, it's in your heart and soul.
Yeah.
It's who you are.
But I was never a talent. I'm not a great musician because it never played that role in my life. It was the background of my
Right.
life, and it always influenced me.
Right,
And
right.
I met great people through it, but I don't know anything about guitars. I don't
Well,
know
this is
anything
a-
about amplifiers.
This is an ovation,
Yeah.
and it's yours.
Thank you for telling me. Like I said, I played this for 2 years until it stopped playing at open mics, and somebody told me there's a battery in there, which I hadn't known.
It's happened to us all.
Yeah.
But it's a 1980 John Lennon ovation. It's called John Lennon, probably after his assassination, because he played it, and so I was lured to it.
It's
Of
too
course.
bad that the strings are on backwards.
I'm left-handed.
Oh, I see.
That's one of the problems. Maybe that's why I never became a great musician.
I hear there's some guy in the Beatles that was left-handed. That was pretty all right.
Yeah, and one of those guys in some Experience trio, yeah.
Yeah.
Jimmy what?
Jimmy somebody.
Buffett?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
there's some great left-handed people out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not me. Obviously, I wouldn't have made it in music. I would have made it small, as you suggested
Make it
before in your
small in music.
podcast.
Previous podcast, yeah.
Yeah, so I always made it small. I did a lot of other things. I was in politics. I was a radio host and journalist.
Oh, nice.
I had my teacher's job, and music was always there. And
So you were a radio host. Was that in Germany also?
yeah. For 12 years, I worked as a reporter, and then later had my own shows on a private station. I started off at a public station with being a reporter, and
Sure.
and had a few million listeners.
Wow.
But the private radio was more like a few 100,000.
Yeah.
But it was great fun.
Mhm.
And of course, that way I went out to meet people
Yeah.
from politics, from the musical scene. And that way I ran into people as a reporter, or since I had another band then, we were pretty nice. Not great, but we didn't suck. And
That's a plus.
that's the band Powerkraut that I joined.
Powerkraut.
Yeah.
But I'm fun.
Yeah, we did a lot of Hollies and we did a lot of cover stuff, and so we ended up opening for people that we would admire decades ago. Like we opened up for Herman's Hermits or the Easy Beats, and we were so proud.
Well, yeah.
And
That is something to be proud of.
through some, and I got in the studio when I was in the radio. I got to meet the Hollies, or a band called Slade, which were
Yep.
very
Yeah, of course.
I remember Slade.
popular in England, and then suddenly one day, our bass guitarist in the band, he got into contact with, he was a Hollies fan, with Terry Sylvester, and Terry Sylvester was the rhythm guitarist of the Hollies, who joined the Hollies after Graham Nash left for Crosby, Stills and Nash,
Yeah.
and he was no longer in the Hollies because he had left and partly kicked out, and he was looking for gigs, and so we invited him over, and he said yes, and we did a gig together, and he enjoyed it, and that started his new career, his after Hollies career. And he got more gigs and more gigs with other bands, but he played with us for 2 years, came flying in from London,
Nice.
took all our money.
Ah,
You know, we got a lot more money with him,
Of course.
like 5,000 or so per gig,
Nice.
and he took it all.
Uh,
And we were just, he's the one who did, you know, he ain't heavy, he's my brother, or the air that I breathe, and these things. And so we decided to make an album together, which we did. And then he left us and said, and he left his wife, and he left his kid, a little baby, and said, I'm going to Canada, I have a new girlfriend, and don't you dare publish the CD. So we didn't. But we still have the CD, but I sing the Terry Sylvester part.
so you removed his parts from the
Yeah,
CD.
yeah. We still have the original tapes, but we never
course.
published them.
Of course.
Because
So-
he threatened with a lawyer.
I have a question for you. So, have you ever heard of the Danish Beatles? They're called Gasoline.
No.
No? Okay.
No.
So, I was in a Danish cover band, and we did some songs from Europe. And,
Why would you be in a Danish cover band?
well, when I was out west, I had a friend from Europe, and he took guitar lessons with me, and he's like, Andy, I want to be in a band. I want to go do gigs. Can't find anybody that wants to do songs in Danish. Will you help me? So he got a drummer. The drummer was 70 years old and was a woman. She was retired, and she was pretty good.
Yeah.
Shout out to Shirley. And
Hi, Shirley.
okay, and the band was me on bass, singing in Danish.
In Danish.
Right, and then Shirley on drums, singing in Danish, and of course our guitar player singing in Danish and doing all the leads. And so it was a lot of fun, and it lasted a while, and we had some T-shirts, and we did a recording and a couple gigs, and mostly it was the birthday party at his house. But you know, he turned 50, and we had a birthday party, and
Isn't that great?
it was a big soiree, and we turned it up all the way in the backyard, and it was great. So
I guess my only
Must have
claim
been
to
fun.
Danish fame is I prefer the ones with the cherry and the cheese in the middle.
desserts, right? Okay,
Just-
but
I know
Just
one
desserts.
one Danish song that I used to have in my solo repertoire. That's called Dansevise.
I don't know that one.
That was the number one in the Eurovision Song Contest in
Oh, man.
'53 or '4 or something.
Nice.
Well, I do have some
Jürgen
connections to Germany with my family. You know, my grandparent, my grandpa on my dad's side came from Germany in the 1890, I think it was, So my last name is Schiller, and so
Yeah, that's quite a last name to bear.
right. And I actually have 2 students in Germany that take guitar lessons right now. Okay, shout out to Tomas.
So you do that online.
I do it online. So they
That's
used to live in Ann Arbor, and Lucas, of course. I used to teach them in Ann Arbor. Their mom and dad lived in Ann Arbor, and I taught lessons with them. And then when they went back to Germany, they continued their lessons. And so we meet from time to time on the internet, and they speak German, English, and Spanish because their mom's from Colombia. So
Great.
anyway, they're doing well in music classes at school, although, like you were describing, their teachers want them to play Bach and Beethoven and read the music, but they're just rocking and doing great at learning songs off the radio, and so I don't think the music teachers at their school really like that very much.
I never understood how these things work. My daughter, when she was little, had piano lessons, and she was excellent. She played for 3-4 years until she was 12, 13 or so. The hardest pieces, having the sheets, the notes, and then she played them. And then I said to her, "Can you play Yesterday? Or can you play this or that by Elton John?" And she said, "How? Do you have the notes?" I said, "No, I'm telling you the chords. It's G, B, F." She says, "How do I play a G?" And I said, "What? You've had years of piano." And she always needed
Yeah. Just
note
sheets.
sheets. And she was
Yeah.
excellent. But it's probably 2 different cups of tea, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. It's a different skill, isn't it? It's a different style of learning.
So, through the years, I always had a musical background. I always met friends to play with through my university years, to write songs with, and I have a whole catalog of songs with partners, like a Lennon-McCartney thing. And some of these songs appear on my albums that I later made. And then I was in Power Chord for a number of years. I was in different other blues and rock bands. And it was always fun. And my main function was frontman with the harp, with the harmonica. And we played for nice crowds, like between 200 and 1,000 as a rule.
This was in Germany.
Yeah, that was in Germany. And coming over here in 2014 was a totally new situation.
Yeah.
And we would get nice money, but there wouldn't be many gigs. So you were happy when a doctor asked you, my daughter is marrying. Can you play for 200-300 guests? Yeah. Or when you had city feasts, like festivals, like here in Tecumseh, you know.
Right.
But then you'd have that stage and you'd play. And that's what I was used to. And I always felt very frustrated when there were less than 30, 40 people in a venue. And I didn't feel like, do we really have to play tonight? I couldn't motivate myself. And now I come here and I learned that most of the musical activities is standing in the corner of a venue or sitting somewhere while people are eating or not listening. And one of the first experiences I had over here was seeing our friend Phil McMillian standing at the, Seawaters Cafe? Sweetwaters. In a corner, and I went to see him, and he was standing there singing, 3 people sitting there, and even his wife was looking at her device, and every once in a while you had a coffee machine go and I went to him afterwards and I said, "How can you stand this?" And he said, "Well, it's going out playing.
It's the best gig around."
And I've seen that a number of times and experienced that a number of times, that there's no audience, and if there is, they're loud.
Yeah.
And they don't pay attention, and I find that frustrating.
The Europeans enjoy their classical music and sit and listen to it, don't they?
Yeah.
I went to Europe and performed in the world of classical music, and I remember going to a small town, small village. It wasn't a village, okay? I guess you call it a city or a town. Everybody in the town came, and they sat in their chairs, and they listened to the concert. And some people had, you know, it looked like they were like a mechanic and had just come from work. But they were ready to hear Mozart, and they sat quietly the whole time and listened. And you're right, it is very different.
You know, we do have some venues like that, but it's difficult to get. Like down the road, the TCA, Tecumseh Center for the Arts, they have musical shows.
Or live,
sometimes.
the live
Yeah.
places, you know.
Yeah, and
There used to be the Yellow Barn, that worked.
well, that was in Ann Arbor, yeah. But
Yeah.
this is a theater
Ah,
kind of setting where they have plays and they have, you know, full size jazz bands sometimes, and people come there to pay attention to the music quietly. But those are few and far between, and there are different levels of where different musicians and bands are at that can get those sorts of gigs. We've got across the street here, we have in the summertime every Thursday, one Thursday night a month,
Yeah.
there's music in the park across the street from us. But you have to be at a certain level to even book that,
yeah.
you know. And so I've been there to watch, not to play.
But I wonder if that's a thing of different countries, or if it's just a result of the internet, that people are so fed up with things or saturated that they don't feel like going out anymore.
But I did go play at North Star, their open mic, this past Wednesday, and there, man, you know, it was of course packed with 30 people, and people were paying attention to what you did, and they were watching and they were listening, and you could interact with the crowd, and the energy was just very cool, you know. So there are the alehouse gigs where you're you know, playing for people who are eating dinner, if there are people there, or having birthday parties or what have you. And there are the Sweetwater gigs where, you know, you're looking at one or two people if you're fortunate. But, you know, there are a variety of different places. I know friends of ours still do the dance bar gigs, you know, so those are still out there too. It's just, well, I think...
Yeah, the alternative is very often the open mics.
Yeah.
And the open mics is a problem in itself. Because open mics, usually, you meet the same people.
A lot of times, yeah.
A lot of times, it's 2/3 of the people that you've seen.
Yeah.
And you've heard their songs.
Yep.
And I love Millen. I could sing almost all of his songs with him now.
Yeah.
Because I've heard him so many
And
times.
people come to watch him play.
Or I love Ed Scruggs. The
Yes.
way he
Oh, yeah.
sings his Beatles songs.
Yep.
Absolutely marvelous. But the open mic has a different audience because they're interested musicians
Yep.
who are supportive.
Yep.
But on the other hand, they're just waiting for their moment.
Yeah.
And so they're a little impatient. Like myself, when I go, I
Sure.
say, oh, 7th spot, 8th spot, and then I got to go home. And if I go home too early, then that seems rude.
Yeah, I know.
And you're in
Right.
this... So open mics is a thing by itself. I
But-
love it for meeting the
Yeah,
people,
yeah.
but at the same time, there's no audience. It's just us.
Well, we are our own audience.
We're our own
And,
audience, yeah.
You know, that's where I got my start in connecting with the Ann Arbor Ypsilanti folk. Was I went to an open mic that Ted Monti hosted in Saline, and you know, I met Ed Scruggs.
The brewery
The
at the
the
Brood Awakening.
Brood Awakenings. Yeah.
yeah.
I probably met you there too.
Yeah,
You know,
I
a
love
decade
that.
ago.
Started with Mike Gentry before him,
Nope,
I think. or
nope.
what it
Ted was the first
That
one.
was the first. Oh.
Yeah, Mike came in about 7 years after.
Mm.
He started that in 2000. Let's see, 2011, thereabouts. Man, time has sure flown, hasn't it? You know, it was right around the time my sister was ill. So it was 2011-ish, 2000, roughly in that period of time, when I started going out there. I met Ted. He came to Crazy Wisdom passing out flyers for the open mic. And I never met Ted from anybody else
He
before.
probably sold you one of his novels.
That was before he was a writer. But I bought all his novels. But anyways, there are really cool things happening, and there are really stagnant things happening at the same time. You know, and so I hate to see anybody discouraged, because, you know, you particularly have a lot of really cool songs that when I've heard you, I've liked what I've heard.
Speaking of that, please play one.
Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, Wolf Reuter.
this is a silly little song. Sometimes I feel lucky, sometimes I do not. Sometimes there are things in the way. Sometimes I remember, sometimes I forget to cry all my sorrows away. You say that you love me and then say you don't. You say you can't see me today. You say you will leave me and then say you won't. And smile all my worries away. Blueberries, peppers and green Brussels sprouts, garlic and ginger and thyme, sweet red potatoes and hot sauerkraut. When are you going to be mine? Sometimes I am happy, sometimes I am sad, sometimes I feel like I belong. But then I just wonder why you treat me so bad, and how great we could get along. Cucumbers, mushrooms, and nutmeg and beans, curry and mint and cayenne, eggplants and onions, zucchini and peas. When will I see you again? Blueberries, peppers, and green Brussels sprouts, garlic and ginger and thyme, red sweet potatoes and hot sauerkraut. When are you going to be mine? When are you going to be mine?
Very nice.
Thank you.
Tell us about this song. What's the story?
It's vegetables. I just thought no one writes about vegetables. There's no story.
You know, the last song I heard about vegetables was on Saturday Night Live.
Aha.
It was Dana Carvey singing Chopping Broccoli.
Yeah.
So, I just remember one of my highlights in my musical life was when we jammed with Tony Sheridan
Oh,
from
really?
the Beatles first period.
Yeah.
That was cool too. You know, we just played somewhere where he played, and so I met Tony Sheridan and Pete Best.
You met Pete Best as well.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And I met Yoko Ono. I interviewed her
Okay.
in my radio days. But I never met any of the Beatles. I saw them live, but
Well, yeah. But you got really close.
fairly.
Yeah, I mean, with Yoko and Pete and Tony Sheridan.
And I met Alan Williams, the first manager of the Beatles, who took them to Hamburg.
Okay.
And I accidentally ran into him in Krakow, Poland. I said, that guy, why is he carrying Beatles stuff with him? And I said, are you a Scouser? Are you from Liverpool? I said, oh, am I ever? So he was on a talk tour,
I see.
talking about the first events with the Beatles.
Tell me about this banana.
Do you recognize it?
Is it Monty Python?
No.
I don't.
It's the Andy Warhol banana on the cover of
Yeah. Okay. The Rolling Stones record?
Velvet Underground
That's what I meant.
with Nico.
Okay.
Yeah, and I have the other one on my car, so I thought it was cheap, and I got two at the Emden,
Nice.
and they were $7 each. That surprised me.
You know, but this banana lasts a whole lot more than a regular banana.
And it doesn't give you constipation.
Right. That's bad. Did you write a song about constipation?
No, I wrote one about erectile dysfunction.
Okay. Is that what you're going to play next?
No,
Oh.
because my wife isn't here. Because it's a duo number about
Oh.
how you get old. I remember I sang that at the ale house once, and then an elderly gentleman who by now has passed, a friend came up and said, "I hate you." Yeah, it's nothing you can play at any time. So maybe this song here is something that I basically never play anywhere because it's nothing to do with vegetables. I wrote this after the mass shooting at Uvalde in Texas. And on the latest album that I have, there's a very, very nice version that I produced in Germany, but David Roof plays a great trumpet on it. And so this is a tough one. And I don't know if I should do it, but it's a downer.
Well, you know, it's important that you express yourself.
Yeah.
And music expresses feelings.
Exactly, and it helped me cope with things.
Yeah.
I have another one that's called Gun Control that I post every time there's a mass shooting. And this is the one about Uvalde. Allison's girl was shot today. She was only 10 years old. We still see her laugh and play, but angry bullets from a heart grown cold took Allison's girl away. Jose's father is weeping tonight, his tears falling on his son's wrinkled photograph. He's calling out loud for his dead little boy, who was shot with 19 other kids and 2 women from the teacher staff. Don't give me your thoughts, don't give me your prayers. It ain't up to the Lord, it's all on the slayers. As long as guns are bought at the store, prayers don't bring back lives anymore. Just an ordinary day, just an ordinary elementary school. In the classroom, see the children laugh and play, when an angry young man began to shoot, taking innocent lives away. Don't give me your thoughts, don't give me your prayers. It ain't up to the Lord, no, it's all on the slayers. Thoughts and prayers don't mean a thing when you're forced to start remembering. People and 460 million guns. It's an American insanity when owning guns is more protected than the lives of kids and moms. Don't give me your thoughts, don't give me your prayers. So this is quite a contrast to the vegetables.
Yeah, and you know,
But it moved me deeply, and I'm very much against the Second Amendment as a foreigner who comes from a country where you don't carry guns.
right. No, I feel your song. You know, I not only hear it, but I feel it.
That's good.
Yeah.
That was a
Wow.
great song.
You know, and all of us who are parents are likely to feel very similar to you in that it's scary, especially those who have children in school today.
Yeah.
It could happen anywhere.
I mean, when we went to school, we grew up with duck and cover, right?
Yeah.
That
Right.
you had to climb under your desks, and your teacher told you to put your satchel on your back, your bag,
Right.
and then they told you, don't look at the light.
Right.
Right. And for me, it was tornado drills. You know, we used to have those as kids.
Yeah.
You know.
But this somehow feels scarier. We didn't think there would be an
No.
atomic attack.
No, I mean, an atomic bomb was you know, that's something that rarely happened twice
Yeah.
in the history of the world. This is not something that's happened twice.
Hey, but everybody that crawled under their desk was fine, right?
That's true.
Yeah. Crawling under your desk will save you.
From a nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
Children live in another town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So then you put this into albums, and then you have your album, and you spend a lot of money on it,
Yeah.
and you have great people like David Roof who turn your music into something wonderful,
Yeah.
and then it doesn't get played. And then you have wonderful people like Phil Mack
Yep.
who are so supportive.
Yep.
He played so much of my music. I'm even in a, what do you call that, an all-star or so
Yeah.
of his, he has a list of all-star Phil.
You know,
And
I'm not sure how much that means. I've been on the list.
yeah, that's exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
I don't know what it means.
I'm just kidding. It means a lot. Thank you, Phil.
Yeah, it means a lot to us. But
Yeah.
I never, ever had anyone say, hey, I heard you on the radio.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's not like in the olden times where a DJ could
Yeah.
create a band.
Right.
Because
Right.
people don't listen to the radio anymore.
Yeah. And now, though, it's a lot less expensive to create music than it was, you know, a couple of decades ago. Because then it was thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Well, like you said earlier, though, $1,000 a song for us, too.
Yeah.
But,
You know, when I went to music school in the 90s, I never could have predicted that it would be 2025 and one of the most played bands on Spotify isn't even people or a band. It's an AI generated song.
That is the problem. And that is so frustrating.
It is.
And I haven't written any songs ever since I had AI write a song for me just to see what it's like.
Yeah.
And it was so good. It was so good. And I thought, why write songs when everyone can do this?
Well,
it's yeah.
AI can't do a song like you just did.
No, they would do it better.
No. They can't say the words that you said. They can't play it with the intensity that you played, with the ups and the downs and the patterns you put together. You know,
I hope not. Yeah.
no.
Maybe.
I mean, this song was a very personal song. Even your veggie song and your erectile dysfunction songs, those, or song one, those are unique to you as an individual. AI can never replace us.
Yeah, let's hope so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be a parallel universe.
Right, a little offshoot.
Yeah, you know, in the future, the biggest bands in the world won't be Beatles and Zeppelin. It'll be virtual Beatles and virtual Zeppelin. The holographic musicians.
Yeah. I hope erectile dysfunction will be virtual only too.
For each and every one of us elderly gentlemen, I'm above 60, so I'm an older gentleman too. But, you know, I invited you because I liked what you have to say. I like who you are, and I appreciate the things that you create.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, and I've heard a lot of guitar players and taught a lot of guitar lessons, and at the beginning of today's session you said, well, I can't play the guitar very well, but you're playing pretty well, and the songs you write are right on, and the way that you were strumming those chords in the last song was just perfect. I wouldn't change anything.
Thank you. Oh,
Yeah.
means a lot.
Yeah, and that's coming from a professional guitar teacher.
Thank you.
You know what guitar teachers never say? It sounded fine just the way it was. Don't change it. Because every guitar lesson I've ever had is, well, here's what you did wrong. You need to change this. This wasn't good enough. Blah, 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 blah. But you got to get to a point at some point when you're like, you know what? That was good enough. That was adequate. Or maybe it was more than adequate. Maybe it was just right.
Yeah, I went to a songwriter's thing, and I had a song that I knew needed a lot of work. It needed a lot of work. And one of the guys in the group said, you need to just scrap this whole song and start all over. It's like, oh, no. Just tell me that certain things didn't work. I can massage this, I can tweak this, I can alter this. And the concept is good, and the chords seem to fit, but this creation, which I knew wasn't that great, just help me massage it, help me build it. And I love the idea of we work positively together. We care for each other. We're a supportive community. Andy's a very positive teacher, and I as one of his students, I appreciate that.
Thanks for saying that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. But man, my life is about building people up, not
Well,
bringing
it's
them
our profession.
It's not only my profession, but it's integrated into my very being. To lift people up. There's no point in tearing people down.
Right.
None.
Yeah.
Other than being a bully and feeling a sense of superiority.
Hey, there's got to be at least one thing you did right. I mean, even if the song was bad or you sang out of tune, you got to give them a compliment somewhere like, hey, at least your guitar was in tune. Or, I liked the first line. Or
the banana really works.
Keep your banana sticker. Or whatever it is. There's got to be at least one thing you can say that they're doing right.
Yeah. So, what brought you to the States?
Love?
Okay. Next topic.
No, I married Jill here.
And Jill's wonderful. She's very kind and
It's the best thing that ever happened to me, yes.
Yeah. And you have what, 2 daughters?
4.
4.
But not from her.
I know.
I have 3 daughters and a son. I have 4 children.
Okay. I think I met 2 of your daughters at one of your CD release parties.
Yeah, and the son was there, yeah.
And your son was there?
Mm.
And did they all 3 sing?
No, only one sings.
Okay.
The others don't do music.
I remember that you had a child who came up and sang a song with you, and
Yeah.
that was so cool.
Yeah.
And we have 2 of your CDs on our wall of fame over
Yeah,
here.
I saw that. Lovely.
It's all our guests.
And there are some of my favorite CDs here. Scarecrow, Dave Solo, wonderful. Mike Gentry, Barks Wagon Tales. I have that one. Yeah. Bobby Pennock. Rod Johnson. There's so many people that I love listening to here, and I have all their CDs.
Yeah.
But as it goes, you get a new CD from someone, you put it in your car, you listen 2-3 times, and then somehow it disappears in the stack of CDs.
Well,
and then maybe a year later you pick it out and think, wow, the Cool Birds are great. So,
Yeah. Do you recognize the one that's on the left-hand side, second?
David Roof?
Yeah.
I have that one, yeah.
Yep.
It's a shame that he hasn't made any more.
Well, I talked to him about that just this last Thursday, and he's got some things percolating. But when
And the Invasion's back.
And the Invasion's back.
At last.
I know. You love the Invasion. I love.
That's how I met David, and I learned that he produces music. I said, oh, why not give it a try?
Well, his band, The Invasion, it's a British Invasion cover band,
Yeah.
and they're pretty amazing.
Yeah.
and they've got their original drummer back because unfortunately, Don
Oh
Dennison
yeah, that
passed
was
away.
quite a loss.
Yeah,
That was quite a loss.
yeah, but I think Ron, what's his name, is back with them again.
The bass guitarist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ron. Somebody.
Oh, I couldn't make it to their concerts. I only learned about it in the morning. But
I had it
he'll
on my
be back in January, I know.
Oh, okay. I wasn't aware. Where are they playing?
In live, I think, at the live
Oh, really?
place.
Okay.
That's what Jill told me.
Downtown Ann Arbor.
Mhm.
Yeah, good venue. Tell us about some really interesting shows you've had. What really stands out amongst all of them? The craziest, most fun, most interesting story, and one of the bummers.
Oh, that's interesting. Probably the most exciting things were the ones with the Holly Sky.
Yeah,
Like we had 2,000 people or so,
that's exciting.
and then for 2 years we had full houses when he came, and it was just so exciting to know something like that. And the bummers is always when you are bought or booked, like for a wedding or so, and it's the wrong audience, and people go, too loud! And they want you to stop playing. And that happened 2-3 times with the band, which is very humiliating,
Yeah.
especially when afterwards they have a DJ who's twice as loud.
Yeah.
But that's the bummers, yeah.
Yeah. Well, in that instance, the older folks left, and then the DJ could get loud.
Well, no, actually, the same older folks that complained about our band then danced. So we obviously didn't have their type of music because we were doing
No-
60s music and
No chicken dance.
no. No.
There's always, every once in a while you run into like a rude audience member, and that's okay, I can deal with that. But to me, the most insulting thing is when you're performing and you're strumming your guitar, you're up there on stage, and then someone, maybe even from the venue, puts the radio on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or plays another song. So now there are 2 songs playing at the same time.
Yeah.
Who wants to listen to 2 songs at once?
Who
It's
can?
maddening.
You can't.
Or trying to play your song over the top of a radio. Yikes, that's not good.
Do you think it's time for your questions?
Hey, it's time for my questions. Okay, so here we are, everybody, with the weekly trivia question segment of the podcast. Here we go. So last week's question was, what was the hit song that was made all of gibberish words?
I can't even tell you.
And the name of the song is Prisen Kalinainen Sinainen See You Soul.
That's easy for you to say.
Oh, that was by.
It was an Italian song.
Yeah,
and,
by Una Festa sui Giuliano Celentano.
that guy. And so what he was doing was he thought that people that spoke English sounded funny, and so he wanted to make fun of them. And so he sang a song where he mocked the English language and made up gibberish words to make fun of English-speaking people. And it became a #1 hit song, and
That's
none of the words
amazing.
make any sense.
Adriano Celentano. Yeah,
He was from Italy.
yeah, big one. Probably one of the biggest musical stars in Italy in
And
the 60s.
if you haven't watched the video, it's worth watching. Maybe I'll put a link below to the
There you
video.
go.
Okay, but then now this week's trivia question. Don't look it up. Don't cheat.
Well, no.
Don't use Google or whatever. But this week's trivia question is, name the #1 hit song that's the shortest song. And I'll give you a hint. It's 1 minute and 38 seconds. What #1 hit song was only 1 minute and 38 seconds long?
Good question.
You'll have to tune in next week to see the answer.
And that's the trivia segment of the
And
day.
that's the trivia segment of the day. And now are we at the show off your instrument segment of the week?
Well, yeah. That's
So every week we bring in different instruments to show off, and we've done guitars, hammered dulcimers, mandolins, cellos, basses.
I never had a Merlin.
Mm-mm.
Zen drum.
Zen drum.
Cajon?
We've done all the different instruments, and so one at a time I've shown off my, music instrument collection. I've even brought like the mandola and other kind of odd ones. But everybody, this is my 1989 Strat Plus. Okay, and it's from the Fender Custom Shop, and as you can tell, it got a custom color. So there's no other guitar in the world that has this color. This is the only one.
Oh.
Because it's from the Fender Custom Shop.
Got a little
nice
bit of a
pattern,
brown.
too.
And so they call that the Blackburst. Because you've seen Sunburst, so this is Blackburst because it's black. And it has the wood grain.
Nice.
And then, it originally came with the lace sensor pickups, which I took off and sold them to someone that likes those. And I put on the Joe Barden pickups. And Joe Barden is a guy that makes handmade pickups. And they were pretty pricey at the time. But then Joe Barden died. And so all of his pickups became worth 4 times as much because you can't get them anymore. Although I think his son is trying to keep the company going. But anyway, it has 2 humbucker pickups. And then if you switch the switch to the middle, it's just a single coil from each one.
Oh.
And then, on a lot of electric guitars, it has the knob here,
Yeah.
which kind of always gets in my way when I'm strumming. And I just never liked having the knob right against the strings. And so I ordered this custom pick guard, and I said, don't put the knob there. Just don't drill a hole for any knobs there. And the guy had to contact me like, are you sure? I've never done this before. Did you make a mistake? No, I don't want a knob there. And so I had him wire just the volume control on one knob and 1 tone control. Because why do you really need 2 tone controls?
2 different tones?
1 is fine. Okay, and it still has the original whammy bar, which is actually pretty nice. And it has the rolling nut, which they only had from 89 to 91. And I tried to actually find a rolling nut for another guitar. I was like, well, I like these so much, I'm going to put this on another guitar, so let's order one. You can't find them. They're just not available anywhere. But it has the locking tuners on the back, and so I'm pretty happy with it. And right now I'm just plugged directly into the board. I'm not even using a guitar amp. This is just straight into the Mackie 32 channel mixing board coming out the studio monitors.
It's a monster board.
Yeah, this board hasn't been featured in any of the shows. I'm sure you've seen it sitting there through some of the shows, but there it is. It's 32 channels. Has the nice meter bridge across the top.
I guess I'm gonna have to get a new instrument to show off.
Yeah, we need more instruments.
I can bring you a balalaika
Yeah, there we go.
and a Merlin.
What is a Merlin?
Seagull, Merlin Seagull. It's
Oh,
a
okay.
6-string thing that is tuned in D.
By Seagull.
Yeah, it's shaped like a small mandolin. Not really, like an 8.
Okay.
It's very flat. And
Interesting.
All right, well, there it is, everybody. So
That's a great one.
89
Very
Strat
nice.
Plus.
how much would that sell for?
That's a great question. Well, since it's a custom shop and a custom
Yeah.
color, I don't think there's really anything that you can really compare it to.
And custom pickups.
And custom pickups.
Yeah.
So, between 2,000 and 3,000,
Yeah,
I
I'd say.
imagine. But I got it in 91 for $700.
Good deal.
That's a good price.
And it doesn't have a scratch on it.
Nice. Yet.
Right.
By the end of the show, you also ask another question of the musician.
Right.
the
Okay, so
singer-songwriters.
everybody knows what question I ask at every episode, and so here it goes. When you write your songs, do you write the words or do you write the chords first?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, Depends. Sometimes I have words because I write too. I write short stories and poetry and stuff, and then when I have words, I think I might turn that into a melody, and then I just speak it. And like I just wrote a musical about a pizza delivery boy, and then I had the text first, and then I said, oh, how can I turn that to music? Number two, I sit there with my guitar and just write or play around and sing nonsense words,
Right.
total nonsense. Or the third variety is, which I like and happens quite regularly, I dream a song. And then I get up at 3 in the morning or 4, pick my phone or my iPad, and half asleep sing that stuff in there so I can let go in the night. Otherwise, I go, oh, I have a song now, should I get up? And then the next morning I watch the clip, half my face, all tired. And sometimes, if I'm lucky, I recognize the melody. But I have a few songs like Paul McCartney and Yesterday, or Ray Davis and Tired of Waiting, that I just dream. And then you sit down and just write, but then usually you don't have the lyrics there.
Right.
Right.
But the most frequent thing is I just sit, grab my guitar and play, and I don't work on songs like some of my friends do, not as hard as like Millen or Scott Fishkind. And they really work on their stuff, and I just say, if it works, it works. If it doesn't come out.
So it sounds like our writing style is similar.
Yeah.
Because I just write. I don't spend all that much time on it.
I don't fight with my songs.
Yeah. Yes. And the songs usually write themselves.
Yeah. And then you sit there, oh, that was about veggies. Or you go, oh, that was about mass shooting. So the topics I cover are very widespread.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the styles too. I mean, I do
Sure.
blues too, and Americana, and German Schlager shit, and yeah.
German Schlager?
Yeah, that's a specific type of popular music.
Yeah. You know, I heard there's a type of music called Schlock rock. What is Schlock rock?
I haven't heard that.
No? Carla and I were having a conversation. I looked it up, and there's actually this unknown band called Schlock rock. And I thought, okay, I'd never heard of them. What is this thing?
I don't know.
Nobody ever, if you know, help me out, because I need to know.
Yeah, sometimes it's a little sad that it has to be an invasion if music can make it over here. There's so much great music in French music and in Italian songs and great rock songs and Spanish, and it just doesn't make it over here.
I think it's because our culture refuses to learn other languages.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly.
And the rest of the world seems to believe English is important.
Yeah. And I understand that American record companies try to prevent others from coming in.
Yeah.
And they couldn't ignore the Beatles. And then once the floodgates were open, then the invasion came.
So who's your second favorite British invasion band?
The Hollies.
Okay, that makes sense.
The Hollies. I love the Beach Boys, which was not invasion.
Right.
But I love all kinds of harmony singing.
Well, yeah.
And Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
Right.
But the Hollies and the Searchers.
Okay. Yeah, so bands with harmonies like the Eagles.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. A group I was in called Ebb Tide was a pretty good harmony group, and I missed that. And that's been defunct for the last 10 years or so.
There's a band now called Take It to the Limits, I think, from Ireland. There are 9 guys who do Eagles covers in Europe, very successful.
9 guys.
They sing in 9 vocal harmonies,
Oh.
basically a cappella, not only, but they're so good.
Man.
So good.
Got another song in you?
One more?
Yeah.
I don't know.
One more
how
song.
are you gonna have this? One more. Okay.
And while you set up, I'll just thank everyone for listening to the show. And hey, if you want to join the channel as a member, You can see some of the cover songs that people have played throughout the podcast. And if you didn't notice, I'm wearing the cool Beyond Guitar YouTube channel t-shirt. And so down below there's a link where you can get a t-shirt just like this and support the YouTube channel and keep the podcast going.
And I'm not wearing it.
I'm wearing Badfinger. I love Badfinger too.
Ah,
Okay, at one point when we went to bed, my wife and I, we had been being silly together or so, and before she went to sleep, she said to me, "I love you anyway," and I thought that's a good line.
that's a good line.
So this song has nothing to do with me and my wife, it's just the hook. That could be a little faster. I remember when the grass was always green. I remember when we saw things we'd never seen. When the sky was blue and everything seemed real. When everything was new with nothing to conceal. But now the clouds have dimmed the sun, and the grass is looking dry. It's hard to face reality, and the answers to the why. Sometimes this line is the best words I can say. I love you. Anyway, I remember when we both lived on cloud nine. I remember when the sun would always shine. When the life was good and there was nothing we would doubt. When our hearts were hot and that is what it was about. But now the skies are turning gray, for the clouds have lost their white. It's hard to face reality when we both can't sleep at night. Sometimes this line is just the best I have to say. I love you. Anyway. Yes, we really thought that happiness could last. We believed our future would never turn to past. Now the questions that we never dared to pose are carving empty answers to what no one really knows. I remember when I could look you in the eye. I remember when neither one of us would ever lie. When everything was trust and every word rang true. When having secrets neither one of us would do. But now the truth has come undone, and there's so much we seem to hide. It's hard to face our reality when there's still so much to decide. Sometimes this line remains the only words to say. I love you. last I have to say, I love you. Anyway. Thank you.
Very nice.
Very, very Beatles-ish.
Yeah,
I wonder
I
why.
can tell. I wonder why.
Well, very nice. I appreciate that. And it might be that time of day where we play out our blues song at the end of the show.
Here we are at the end of the show, and so now it's a group jam, and this will be it for episode number 44.
I forgot my
Should have brought my heart.
I forgot my lyrics that I wrote. So we'll make it up. One,
Make it up.
2, 3, 4. Well, here we are, Studio C, the listening room. Episode 44. With our good friend Wolf Reuter. Just playing some blues. Well, we'll see you next week on the next episode